Hey there, I'm Daniel, guitarist of the German epic melodic death metal band Darkest Horizon.
Hey, my name is Jonas and I'm playing the bass and doing the second and harmony vocals on Darkest Horizon.
I joined Darkest Horizon in between around 2010 as a second rhythm guitarist in the band. Before there was another guy, and yes, but I started playing guitar around 12 years old, and yes, then I played with a teacher like every children who plays an instrument uh, until I got 15 years old about, and then I stopped playing guitar because sport was a bigger part in my life at this time. Later on I injured my knee a lot and my shoulder and everything, and I can't play like the sport I love this much, or I have to stop it at the moment, or I had to stop it a few years ago. And then I looked around, what could I do else, and I found my guitar and I started playing guitar, and had a school friend at this time who plays drums, and we started a band and playing gigs and stuff, and it was really nice. And then I switched to bass for another band, and then Ollie, the former lead guitarist, came and asked me if I want to join Darkest Horizon, because we knew each other from the band before where I played bass. So I joined Darkest Horizon as the guitar player. I was quite happy that I could play guitar again. So this was my start in the music career, as you want.
My musical career started at around 14 years of age for me, and I started playing the guitar first. Then I joined the school's school band, of course, as a bass player, and after school I stumbled into various different bands, mostly as a bass player because everybody needs a bass player. And at some point, I think it was summer 2018, I got asked by Ollie, our former lead guitarist, to substitute Aurelius, the former singer, at the, what was the festival?
Lorelei.
At the Lorelei festival. Yeah, and then everything got together, and now they're stuck with me.
My musical career, it started like when I was 8 years old. I started playing the guitar. My father told me how to play my first chords and so on, and then later on I joined Darkest Horizon when I was like 20 years old. At that moment I was working as an actor, and a friend of mine, a former guitarist, Olli Sattler, he called me and he asked if I play the bass too, because they needed a bassist. And so, well, I checked out the music, loved it, and started playing the bass and joined the band. How Darkest Horizon was formed, I don't know, because I joined later on, so I can't tell you anything about that.
Darkest Horizon, the sound is big, it's amazing, it's massive. So to describe it, it's quite difficult. If you want to put it in a nutshell, it's the symbiotic thing between like orchestral stuff and melodic death metal and all around everything. So soundtrack crossover metal, if you think about it. Yes, that's how I would describe it.
So, it's melodic death metal, but very epic.
Sound of Darkest Horizon is pretty much like a Tolkien adventure with way too many orcs. Get surprised.
The Sound of Darkest Horizon is like film music combined with metal. It's like, how should I say, it's like a fairy tale for grown-ups, so to say. You have a big world we try to describe, we try to explore and build up with each new single, new release, new song, everything we do, and that's the main part of Darkest Horizon's music, as I would say.
The appeal of symphonic and epic melodic death metal is, yes, it's on the one side that this kind of music, I don't know any band who tried really to push what we like. So we really have to dig our hole with our fans. We have to dig a new hole. There is no band that really does our music, so we have to start from the beginning at all. And on the other hand, really difficult, I think, is that you have so many aspects, so many small things that matter in this kind of music, that for the sound engineer or us in the studio is very, very difficult to bring it to the point that you can hear everything and nothing gets lost. And that's kind of our goal, that you can hear everything, nothing is pushed out, it's not too loud of vocals, not too much of drums, everything in it right spot. And yes, we are working on it until today.
Well, it's just the perfect combination of everything I like. I like epic, bombastic stuff, like orchestral choirs, and I also like fast and heavy things. And symphonic, epic, melodic death metal is just the perfect combination of everything. So, yeah.
Well, the appeal of symphonic elements in metal has been really great for me for years now, because I think it's really, really interesting to combine different kinds of styles, and especially the whole orchestral and classical style of music with the in-your-face metal elements that delivers death metal.
What I love about symphonic and epic music is I love telling stories, not about life itself, like your day-to-day life, but like fairy tales, like I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and that's what I want to show in my music. I want to bring people to another world, to a place they can dream of, because I used to do so when I was a kid. I loved all these old fairy tales, I loved like theaters and so on, and creating this mindset is what brought me into symphonic, especially symphonic metal music, and I still love it to today.
Next full-length album, there's nothing planned yet, because we have so many stories to tell, and these stories are shorter stories, so we put it in a kind of single format, but every single matches with each other. We have a big photo project working at the moment, so it's like a great overall art aspect because everything connects to each other. The photos telling a story that kind of brings the mood and the emotions from the music back. So yes, it's kind of the way we want to go at the moment, but if there is a story that has to be or wants to be told in a bigger, brighter way, so we would do an album, of course, but nothing planned yet.
At the moment we have no plans for any full albums, but at some point that might change. For now we just focus on singles.
Well, we're currently not planning on releasing any kind of album yet because we're focusing on single releases and trying to learn from each iteration new stuff that we can use in the future for a possible album, but currently there isn't any planned yet.
Yeah, we did that album, but currently we're not planning on doing another one. Not that we don't want to, but we love doing singles right now. We try to experiment with each new release. We try to try out new ways and to tell short stories, so to say. I would say the moment we have like a big theme for an album, we're gonna make one, definitely, or an EP, I don't know. But the moment we're in this short story thing and we love it. So maybe next year, maybe in 5 years, there's gonna be an album, we don't know, but we're gonna tell you.
The long songs take longer, but it really depends on the song. I don't think there's a general answer to that. Every song is different and has different points that take longer or are shorter, depending on how much of a general idea I have of the song before I started. But there's no general answer.
Well, it depends whom you ask, right? If you ask the guitarist, they will say solo. If you ask the drummer, they will say the blast beats or whatever. But for me, the most amount of time really take the clean vocals. I can record a whole song with harsh vocals in a day, but really trying to get those types of clean vocals that I want and that I can deliver can take up to a week to get the sound right.
That's a pretty difficult question because most of the orchestral parts, or not most, all of the orchestral parts and the main themes of the song are written by Chris, our keyboarder. So we mostly add to that, and that's for me not that hard after this long period of time we work together, like 11 years. I know what he's doing. I'm listening to his songs and I straight get an idea, and most of the time writing my part is like a 2 days job, not more than that, because when I get influenced by him, I'm all in and I love writing it. But I think if you want to hear what's the most difficult part, everybody's going to tell you another thing. I think for the singers, the singing; for the bass is always the same. What you do is always the worst thing.
The biggest achievement for us is like that we are still together and can make the music we really love. So it's great to still sit in my room and hear the old stuff like Ad Astra and really, yes, I've been there and we did it, and now the new stuff like The Harbinger is like, yes, it's still Darkest Horizon, it's changed a lot, but you really hear our sound. We really developed our kind of sound we really like over the years, and that is a great achievement. And on the other hand, you have like playing for you guys it's one of our main achievements at all, because we tell each other or with friends stories till today how it was and how great it was. And we did tours with Cradle of Filth, with Winter Sun in the Europe mainland and in Finland itself. And we had a flying show nearly booked out in Bucharest. Yes, these are the main things. There are a lot of great and amazing festivals we played. So this is just amazing.
Greatest achievement. I think our greatest achievement is that we managed to still be a band after 10 years and still have fun together and really managed to even play outside of Germany, so many shows and tours without falling apart at some point.
The greatest achievement of Darkest Horizon, well, for me personally, the greatest achievements are the tours we had with Winter Sun and the subsequent show that we got offered in Bucharest. But I think a really good example of great achievement from us is that we were able within the last year to cut all sorts of corners and now start again with a large momentum into a new direction that currently receives very positive results.
Our greatest achievement? Actually, I think it was Sri Lanka, when we played in Sri Lanka with you guys and had this great show, because we're now in our 11th year. We never had a booking agency, we never had a label. We working with an agency yet now for a few weeks, few months, trying that out. But we reached Asia without having anybody here working for us. It was our doing. We're still one band, and we showed that you can sell internationally, nationally, play internationally, play nationally, combine collaborations with other artists, do videos. You can all do that by yourself, and I think that we did that, and still our band is our greatest achievement till now. So let's see what comes.
The response from a lot of people, we really get a lot of response from all around the world, and this is great. This is great for Darkest Horizon. We nearly write interviews nearly every day, at least twice a week. So the response and the people who want to know about us, it's like overwhelming for us. It's kind of new. And for me as a guitarist, it's like, yes, I have to do that, what the music brings forward. I don't have to stay in the spotlight in every song or in every show. No, I don't care about something like this. I do what the song needs and what I think brings the song to its point, and not to bring me in front of somebody. I don't care about something like this. It's just, for me, it's just the music.
The feedback is generally positive, I think. As a musician, I haven't received much feedback personally because I'm pretty reclusive most of the time. And most feedback I get is when the rest of the band tells me what's going on. So, yeah, can't say much about that.
Well, yes, obviously. I'm really glad that I got accepted very, very heartwarmingly by the fans as the new vocalist. You're awesome guys. And we have received a lot of really great feedback, especially from international sites. So, yeah.
Well, we had like very great responses in most places. Of course, not everybody loves you, but why should they? But we had a pretty good feedback on what we're doing. I mean, you guys invited us to play in Sri Lanka. That's amazing. We are a German band, so how the hell? That's pretty amazing. We had like people from Finland, Norwegian, from the US, from Mexico, from Australia, from Russia contacting us, telling us they love our music, and that's amazing. That is a kind of feedback. Even if there's only one person telling you that they love what you do, it's just the reason to go on. Just do it, and that's the feedback I need. One person.
It's quite difficult. This is really difficult. The inspiration for me as a guitar player, like there are a lot of great, amazing technical guitar players around, but or a lot of amazing guitarists who play cool chords and cool solos and stuff, but I don't focus a lot of this. If I hear a song, I hear the song, of course my eyes or ears are on the guitar, but if it's just fits perfectly together, and that's I'm happy with. I think for the band it's not as much a metal band or metal bands we would call our main influence, because we are too different to normal metal, I think like about it. We just hear music like if Chris creates a song, he's putting on paper or on computer what's in his mind or what his mood, what is flying around his head, and it always brings the feeling of Darkest Horizon. And it's more or less like Hans Zimmer soundtracks or like Marvel soundtracks, stuff like this, than really metal bands.
Who would you say your biggest? Oh, my favorite question. My influences are vast. Generally, most of my influences, I would say, mostly come from soundtracks of movies and video games I'm playing, rather than actual metal bands. But I don't have any specific influences I turn to when I need inspiration. It's just a big mix of whatever is in my head at the moment, I would say. Yeah.
Influences. Well, how much time do you have? But to keep the list short, I would say for me as a vocalist, it's definitely Marco Hietala, Jukka Koskinen, and Luciano Pavarotti.
My biggest influences as a musician or as a band. As a band, it's pretty difficult to say because we have very different influences. So each of us listens to, okay, we all listen to metal, that's okay, but in the main thing we all listen to different genres and we combine all of them. So I think that's not a main influence for Darkest Horizon. And so for me, I have a lot of influences. They reach from, let's say, old school pop as Beatles, Rolling Stones and so on, to hard rock as Queen, over to hip hop, death metal, extreme metal, classical music, film music. Let's say mostly everything. Sometimes it's just a movie I watch and I have like one idea and it's totally inspirational, and then I listen to 5 albums and there's nothing. And sometimes it's the other way around. I don't know. I think life is your inspiration. Just living your life, watching, learning, visiting. That's it. Keep everything, and rework that for yourself.
So I really enjoy metal at its fullness. Every aspect of metal has some bands I found at least interesting to listen to, but yes, Love is really behemoth, and I think kind of Demigod, Evangelion, The Satanists, all great albums I really love. And on the other hand, there are some small, I really don't know, I found these guys on YouTube. It's like Orsa, and the album is called The Age of Asa, and I really enjoy it in the last few weeks.
Anal Nafrak, The Whole of the Law, is basically my all-time favorite album, I think. Apart from that, there's not much else I would put in a kind of top albums list. Comes and goes depending on my mood.
Top extreme metal albums. Well, it's definitely the self-titled Wintersun album, the Iron and the One Man Army albums by Ensiferum, and, now please don't hate me guys, Once by Nightwish.
Extreme metal albums, I would say Anana Prague, The Whole of the Law. That's my main and only extreme metal album I love to this day. The Whole of the Law is an album I can enjoy every day. It's like a whole book for me, like a whole story. I have pictures in mind, listen to it, it tells me a complete fairy tale. Amazing. I love this album and love this band, Anana Prague. Love these guys. Amazing. Check them out.
How has elitism affected the band? I've heard of people who didn't like us just because we had keyboards. But apart from that, as a musician, it doesn't really affect me. I don't really let other people affect what I do and how I write songs or something. It's a bit annoying, but generally I don't really care. People can do what they want. Yeah.
Elitarism in the metal scene. Well, it is definitely there. I don't like it, but on the other hand, I'm sometimes guilty of it myself. It's just, if you dislike something because of one specific element, but don't give the music a chance, even though this element is in there, then this is a problem. But on the other hand, for example, I'm a virtuosity elitist, so I really like really complex music, and I like to indulge in it and really just listen to it 100 times and still find something new. And I just like the basic stuff that is like pop music with heavier guitars. So yes, elitism is there, but you shouldn't close your eyes and always try to at least engage with something.
Well, yeah, it's like everywhere. You always have people who think they're better than other people and try to, put them in front of somebody just to be important. Actually, I don't care about that. I don't care. I think just do what you want, enjoy what you do, don't annoy somebody else with what you do if they don't want to listen to it, and don't bring somebody down with your opinion just because you don't get in touch with your own life. I don't care about that. Because in elitarism, who should be better? Death metal, black metal, thrash metal, hip hop, grunge? Who says that? I don't care. Just do what you want, and if you want to be better than everybody else and you want to tell people that, please stay away from me. That's it.
Yes, I'm involved in a side project, but at all, it's nothing really big. I'm helping Jonas with his side project Machiavelli. I do record some guitars for him that he writes, and that's all. But Machiavelli is quite cool, so it's not quite cool, it's really cool, so check it out.
Our bass player has a kind of crossover rock hip-hop side project, which I'm the keyboarder and orchestrator, the orchestral maker, what's the word for that? But yeah, I'm involved in that, but apart from that, I don't have anything really apart from that horizon going at the moment.
Well, of course. I mean, every one of us is involved in something, and well, for me, the most important side project is Members.Which. It's more like old school melodic death metal. You might recognize some Jonas Baum or Nevermore influences in there. Go check us out, Members.Which.
Yes, I am. I have a solo project where I, let's say, combine rock with hip-hop, with electronic, with industrial, with almost everything. So I just do what I want, yeah, try to experience new forms of music, write down whatever comes to my mind, just that type of thing. And I'm supported by Daniel as a guitarist and Chris as a keyboarder and orchestral composer, and that's simply amazing. So it's like a personal playground to see what you can do. This project is called Machiavelli. You can check it out on Spotify or so on. And well, listen to it. I would be glad.
Germany has a quite big metal scene that shows like festivals like Wacken, Rock am Ring, or Rock Hard Festival, Summer Breeze, all like 50,000 plus people, but at all the German metal scene is quite located in special points, like kind of big cities, like around Cologne is a big one, Berlin is a big one, Hamburg is a big one, Frankfurt is not as big, but there is one. But these points are not as much connected at Sri Lanka, as an example, because I have no idea which band's jumping around in Cologne, and this is a bit of a problem because in Germany there's quite a lot of metalheads, but every metalhead has its own band, so it's, for us as a band, it's quite difficult to stick in there and like check us out, this is cool. A lot of people, it's like, yes, we do have our own band and it's cool also. So it's, in Germany it's quite difficult, but it's quite big.
Scene in Germany, but it's better outside of Germany usually. I'd say it could be better. I'd leave it at that.
To be frank, it's not that awesome. It has degraded over the last decades quite a lot. We used to just go outside and hang out at our local watering holes, but all of them have closed down, and even with the current situation, more of them have just burnt out. Well, you can just hope that it will grow bigger once everything is reopened.
The metal scene in Germany, it's difficult to say, I think, because you have like two scenes. You have like a underground scene, which is very scattered, but filled with people who are very behind the music and want to support music, and I love these people, it's great. And you have like the main scene, so to say, for we have a lot of big festivals, big tours, big agencies and so on, but those two don't work with each other. So if you're like an underground band in Germany, it's not like that you have so many people you can work with, it's more like planting a garden in the desert. And that's a sad thing. You also have the thing that you're, so to say, prophet in your own country. If you do something in Germany, it's very hard to bring people to love it, but if people, let's say, from another country love it, you come back to Germany, they will adore it. So it's a tough thing with the scene in Germany, unfortunately, but as I said, the underground people supporting the underground scene, great. They really work their asses off. Love you guys.
I just want to thank you and the YouTube channel for having us for this interview, and keep doing what you do. Keep pushing the metal scene in Sri Lanka. Keep pounding to bring the metal back or make it bigger in Sri Lanka. So yes, this would be great. Share this video and enjoy the rest of all the videos on this channel.
Hi, we are Guitarist. Check us out, help us keep making music yourself, keep supporting your local bands, keep supporting the YouTube channel you're on, and yeah, never stop.
Don't drink an online shop. Except for our shop.
Well, check out our page, check out our music, that would be great. Thank you for watching this and thank you for supporting this channel. I think it's so important anywhere in the world that we metalheads and musicians and music lovers just stick together, support each other, combine what we're doing, and let's see that we create something new. So stay here, spread the word and the world. Tell your friends and keep up the good work. It's amazing.
Yes, we played a hell of a show in Sri Lanka. It was amazing. We really would love to come back, play a whole tour or a gig or one concert, I don't care. We really want to play for you guys. We really would love to come back. It was so amazing, and the metal community is great. Everybody talked to us. We shared a lot of moments and emotions with you guys, and this was really a unique one and an amazing one. So we really would love to come back to you.
I think I would say the concert in Sri Lanka has been my favorite concert I had with Darkest Horizon ever. So yeah, I absolutely would love to go back there and play again, maybe even more shows or a whole tour. The community was also one of the best I've seen. Just the way the people were excited for us is like I've never, we never had an audience just like that. It was pretty crazy. And yeah, if we ever get the opportunity again, I would love to go back there.
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't with Darkest Horizon the last time they played in Sri Lanka, so I'm burning to play there. I'm told it is really awesome, so I want to check it out myself.
Sri Lanka was an amazing festival. I love the country, the people, everybody was so friendly. It was a great show. Of course, I want to go back to Sri Lanka as soon as I can. As if you would tell me tomorrow there's a show, I'm gonna get on the next flight and just come over. I would love to. And what I love about your scene and your musical scene, what I so far witnessed, is people are very engaged in what they do. They just love what they do, they share it, they support you as a musician in a way that you, let's say in Europe, don't have that much. And that's great. We arrived, I felt totally welcome. As I said, it was a great time. So please guys, again, anytime, tell us and we're gonna pack our stuff and come over to you. So we'd love to. Thank you very much for watching this, and we'll be glad to hear from you, to see you soon, and maybe come over, play a show, play a tour, something like this. That would be amazing. So thank you for the interview, thank you for having us here. Support this channel, support your scene, support your bands, and guys, we're gonna see.